The two leaders called each other recently and discussed the relationship of our countries. Did they also talk about the possible deportation of illegal Filipino migrants or immigrants in the U.S.? Let's find out in this report.
A very good, productive call. This is how President Bongbong Marcos described his recent call with U.S. President-elect Donald Trump. In an ambush interview in Catanduanes, Marcos said their call focused on the alliance between the U.S. and the Philippines.
Patuloy namin pinag-usapan ang samahan, the alliance between the United States and the Philippines, and I expressed to him our continuing desire to strengthen that relationship between our two countries, which is a relationship that is as deep as can possibly be. Because it has been for a very long time.
The president said he highlighted the Filipino community's support to Trump in the U.S. presidential elections. In his presidential campaign, Trump vowed that he will implement the biggest mass deportation in the U.S. history. So did Marcos and Trump talk about the 300,000 illegal Filipino immigrants in the United States?
We didn't talk about that. We didn't talk about it. It was just a congratulatory call. But of course, our ambassador is already working on that.
But what they did talk about was the president's mother, former First Lady Imelda Marcos. Marcos said that Trump is closer to Imelda than to him.
Ang kaibigan niya talaga, mother ko. Kilalang-kilala niya yung mother ko. Kinukumusta niya how is Imelda? Sabi ko, binabati ka nga.
PBBM is planning to meet Trump personally in the White House in the future. For News 5, Gerard de la Peña, we are One News.
Kaya nga sinasabi ng ibang analyst na if akala ni... Because PRRD, former President Rodrigo Duterte had somewhat of a speaking relationship with President Donald Trump kasi pareho silang type of president. Authoritarian rhetorical presidents, di ba? But maraming sasabi, nagkakamali ka because yung ties ng Marcos family with the Trump family
dates
back to the 80s. So, same parties, purchase of land, of building, madami silang
interaction. Yun yung pinag-usapan natin kanina, diba? Yung regalo na Trump Tower. Kaya,
nagka-issue yun eh.
Pero wala na ata sa kanila.
Wala na. But there was an issue about that kasi the building was bought, di ba? Tapos may parang mali sa paperwork or something like that. But it happened in the 80s. And in fact, PBBM remembers seeing President-elect Donald Trump sa several gatherings, dinners, and parties sa New York at that time. They'd seen each other, but si PBBM was a younger man at the time.
And then also, tinatanong nga nila kung ano pa yung mga napag-usapan doon. Pero sinabi nga ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, merely congratulatory lang yung conversation. Pero hindi naman niya kaagad mabibring up yung tungkol sa mga immigrants natin
because
sa Pilipinas. Dahil may issue ng deportation.
Because protocol states, pag mga call na ganyan, keep it light and keep it simple. Yeah. Unless the president-elect brings up an issue that needs to talk about, then you can talk about. Otherwise, merely congratulations and hi and hello.
Kaya sabi niya, hopefully I can visit you, di ba, sa White House, siguro pag...
And precisely kaya nga meron tayong mga embassies and foreign affairs departments, kung ano yung mga issues that need to be fleshed out, doon nila pag-uusapan through the department and the agencies, not through the initial, habang hindi pa siya nakaupo si President-elect Trump.
So, doon sa issue nga na kinakabahan yung mga illegal immigrants sa mga Pilipino, kasi napakalaki, isa tayo sa mga maraming mga, di ba, immigrants doon sa US, sa mga Pilipino. At nakikita natin yung sinabi nga ni President-elect Donald Trump, nagagamit siya ng militar to impose daw yung mass deportation. There are two schools of thoughts, di ba, sinasabi nila na, hindi naman po pwedeng gawin ni Donald Trump kasi hindi po pwede yung mga military ang mag-enforce noon. But meron silang sinasabi na Insurrection Act of 1807 ng United States. Well, that empowers the President of the United States to deploy the U.S. military and federalize National Guard troops within the United States.
Yun ang keyword doon. He's not going to use the Marines or the Army per se. He will use the National Guard or the Federal Guard. Ngayon, kung napapanood niyo po ang designated survivor, di ba? May State Guard, may National Guard, meron yung military. May control ng President over the National Guard. So, yun ang pwede niyang gamitin with regards yung sinabi mo. But number two, maganda rin yung pinoint out ni political pundit Ronald Llamas. No, I like his
Yes.
I like his yung pinoint out nga na sinabi niya he doubts that it will be really a mass approach because number one, alam ni President Trump, yes, and President-elect Trump has mentioned this, that a lot of Filipinos are working in several of these companies,
Yes,
play a
talagang blue-collar
blue-collar critical jobs na hindi pwede.
Diba yung mga taga-kolekta ng basura, diba? Ano
na
pa?
most jobs na inaayawan ng mga puti, ang mga Amerikano mismo.
Na pag kinuha mo yan
Pag kinuha
sila,
mo,
sino
mawawala.
gagawa?
So feeling ko parang, okay, they will give the Filipinos or enough of the working class, basta wala ka naman history of crime or hindi ka naman na charge of crime, they will give you time to try to legalize your papers.
So yun that's the keyword there. Yung wala kang history ng crime kasi ang sinasabi nila, ang uunahin dyan most probably
Criminals.
yung mga nagsisik ng asylum, yung mga may criminal history.
Actually, if you listen to rhetoric ni President Trump during the campaign, he has mentioned a number of times there's illegal immigrants who perpetuate crime. He always used the words illegal immigrants and crime. So if you read into that, that means he is keen on first deporting those who have committed crimes na paulit-ulit and are illegal. Oh, number two, talagang kabahan ka regardless of the president if you're an illegal immigrant in the US because the immigration, the INS will always look out for you. Pag may mag-report sa'yo, deported ka regardless of that. It's just that you have a president who will really act on it this time around.
O kaya nga, diba sinasabi ni Ambassador Babe Romualdez, yung unang niya, naging pahayag na, yung mga Pilipino natin dyan, huwag nang antayin na mahuli pa kayo, umuwi na kayo. Medyo napulaan siya dun sa, na yun, sa statement na yun. At nabawi naman, sinasabi nila, by all, diba, the government will, exert effort in helping yung mga kababayan natin na maka-attain ng citizenship legally.
Pero lininaw nila yun, ha? When the initial discussions that these illegal immigrants will have sa embassies will not be automatic na tutulungan ka mag-legalize. They will look at your case daw kung kaya.
Yes.
Kung kaya. Pag hindi kaya, then they will suggest na umuwi ka na lang voluntarily. Pero kung kaya ayusin yung papers mo, they will not provide you with the lawyers, but they will provide you with assistance kung saan ka pwede maghanap ng abogado. Ganun daw sinabi nila.
Kaya nga 'di ba sinasabi, ano ba ngayon, ano bang gagawin namin? Mas kumuha na ba kami ng ngayon ng US citizenship habang nandito pa si Biden? Basta ang importante, ma-achieve nyo yon legally.
Yan ang sinabi ni Trump, we want to encourage. Di ba remember his speech? He wants to encourage people to come in. More people to come in. And he used the word but legally. And if you would ask a number of the Filipinos who migrated there, nagpakahirap kumuha ng green card, went through the process of not going home. Kasi di ba pag nagpa-file ka ng petition for green card sa US, hindi ka makaka-uwi. You have to wait for it to be released Kung hindi, you may lose it Nagpakahirap sila doing that. So parang ang sinasabi nila, kami, we did it legally, why can't the others do it legally? And yet, they're consuming resources the same as us. Yun lang naman ang punto
Kasi
nila.
ang isa din sa mga tinitignan nila dyan, yung mga illegal immigrants na nanganak doon. Tapos, syempre, di ba ngayon, doon sa current law nila, DACA, if I'm not mistaken, di ba, sa current law nila, kapag ipinanganak ka doon ng kahit illegal immigrant, magiging US citizen ka. Syempre, kapag daw yung illegal immigrant na parent na yon na deport, mahihiwalay siya doon sa sa anak niya na
That's why they're saying they're taking a look yung bagong appointee nila, taking a look na what if we don't accept kasi nanganak ka, you gave birth as an illegal immigrant, it follows dapat yung offspring mo should not also be an immigrant, should be tagged illegal. They should check that out.